Welcome back to The Gloves Are Off. It's time for us to continue on with Dump and Change. And remember, guys, if you don't like a topic, you can dump it and change to the next one. I want to talk about music history. Nashville Predators. It wasn't too long ago. Remember when Jim Balsillie was going to buy this team and relocate them to Hamilton? How important is this to this franchise for this success to finally be there for them?
I think it's enormous. I think it will add stability to the franchise. I think the two guys that I was happy for, even though it's going to kill my draft.
Don't say Mike Fisher.
No.
Okay.
Bobby Ryan and Corey Perry in my draft, and now I'm going to fall to the bottom.
Okay.
Barry Trotz, been there pretty much since day one. Has stuck it through the good times, the horrible times. Has never won Coach of the Year. Has worked with a very, I would say, limited budget as far as player personnel goes.
And they're getting stuff out of guys like Jordan too. Compared to his ice time, the productivity from that guy has been impressive.
Yep.
Impressive.
Well, you know, it's great to be, it's not name dropping up, you don't take it the wrong way, but Trotzy was my coach when we won the Calder Cup with Portland, and I've known Trotzy since Notre Dame days. When we went, he was in Regina, I was in Notre Dame. Everything you just say, I'm just going to absolutely agree 100%. He doesn't have a budget. He's finally getting one. And now with bringing Fisher there, if the team gets in trouble, I'm sure Kerry can loan a few dollars to help out.
There you go.
But you know what? They absolutely deserve to win this, and I hope they don't play the Red Wings.
The only, almost to switch gears then, a little bit sad for Teemu Selanne.
Yeah.
What an unbelievable series for me, if he goes out, the guy goes out with a bang. 40 years old. I mean,
41.
41 now? But for me, it's a little sad because now it's over for him and he's got to go home and say, do I stay or do I go? So what do you think can we expect? He said he won't make a decision. I think it was until July 1st. Yeah.
He's not going to make a decision until, for him now at his age,
yeah.
I think he comes back.
You think he'll come back?
Yeah, because
you think he's going to come back?
For sure.
Yeah.
I think Anaheim has the team. I think
And he's
not having Jonas Hiller made a huge difference in that series. Nothing against Ray Emery because, I mean, he made some big saves. But, I mean, they got a decent D core. I think if you add one more piece as far as the top four goes, you can't argue with Perry, Ryan, and Getzlaff. Jason Blake, I mean, he's a second line, third line kind of guy. They got Selanne. I mean, they have some pieces that are there. They finished 4th in the West this year with Hiller as their backbone. And I think they could have made some noise, and you see why a lot of people are disappointed.
Sure.
That was the team they were going with as far as the playoffs go. And not having Hiller back there, I think, made a huge difference in that series.
I think you'll see Selanne, though, he'll control more of how many he plays next year.
Yeah, maybe not quite as many minutes.
But I think that'll be part of a contract if he decides to come back. Not minutes, maybe as he'll take a break on,
Games played.
If they play 4 and 5 nights,
Sure.
he'll take off a game here and there.
Okay.
It'd be good to see him back.
Yeah.
But he have 6 goals.
Yeah.
He's one leading scorers.
Leading scorer. It was incredible. I want to talk about the Norris Trophy here because we've got the nominees now. So we've got Charo, Lindstrom, and Weber. Who would you like to see be named Norris winner this year? I don't personally. I don't really want it to be Chara. I hate to say it. I'd rather see a guy like Weber. Just, I don't know, maybe nice, another feather in his cap with everything that's going on in Nashville. Who would you like to see?
Easily, Lindstrom could win it again.
Easily.
Easily, because I think they're not. I don't think he's going to, but he is, to me, what solidifies one of the best defensemen because he plays both ends.
11th nomination in 13 seasons.
Well, he plays both ends, which I like a lot. Because I've always said there should be 2 Norris trophies. Best defenseman defensively and best offensively, because a lot of times some of these guys like a Weber, I don't know, he had a great year all around.
First nomination too.
And playing in Nashville, I don't think you see a lot of press.
No.
I mean, this is a guy that's gone under the radar.
That's a good point too, actually.
I mean, he's played for Team Canada. You saw what he did in Vancouver at the Olympics. But I mean, playing for Nashville, you're not going to get a lot of press. I mean, what is Nashville really known for? I mean, country music.
Carrie Underwood now.
Country music's #1, and Carrie Underwood's 2, and Mike Fisher's about 3 or 4 right now.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, Weber's kind of laid low under the radar, and I think, for me personally, looking at Duncan Keith winning it last year, is a guy that kind of slid under the radar again like last year, and I think it would be great if Weber did the same this year.
We're going to switch gears, get to the gridiron. May or may not be gridiron as far as the NFL is concerned. This judge has now temporarily lifted this lockout. Whole bunch of appeals and everything else. As far as I'm concerned, just let me know if they're going to play or if they're not going to play. I don't know about you guys. I am tired of the legal jargon. I'm tired of hearing about it every day. Where do you sit as far as this lockout is concerned?
For me,
Brian could care less.
No, I actually got my 2 cents. I like watching it, but I think it's, I'll let you talk and I'll throw my 2 cents in.
For me, the schedule release, whatever day it was last week, 2 weeks ago, couldn't care less.
Really?
Just because the fact there's so much uncertainty right now that you don't know when kickoff's going to be. I mean, they hyped up the Bills being in Toronto, but really, that's been a flop for how many years now?
And I've been to every single one of those
And
games. Womp womp.
It's been a stinker. I mean,
yeah.
And the big game is supposed to be Green Bay, New Orleans to open the season. I mean, you never know if it's going to happen or not. So for me, the release party schedule, so to speak, wasn't a huge deal just because you don't know when training camp's going to kick off. Like,
are you tired of hearing about it?
But I'm tired of hearing about it because most people know exactly what it is all about. And again, we're going to owners are making all of this. TV rights I think have jumped up way, like, I don't know, billion, whatever the hell it is. The money being spread around equally. You know what? Enough is enough. I mean, you know what, players, I think you're getting compensated fairly well. I think you've improved in your Players Association. Your leader's done a good job. And every time this contract comes up, it's more and more and more. And I think that they have to start agreeing and stop all of this every year. Nobody wants to hear it every time a contract comes up. And you know what?
Mr. Goodell, call me when you know you're going to play or not.
But it's money, and it'll never end. No, it's always going to be about money, and everyone wants a bigger piece of the pie.
Well, you know what it's about when we come back after the break?
Your favorite questions of
your favorite game. Who am I? That's next. Stay tuned. Coming up when the gloves are off.